Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Crabb. I'm the general manager here at the Woodstock Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are thrilled to be joined by Linda Barney of Barney Financial Group. And she's here to talk to us about some really incredible things. This here is our Learn With Us series here at the Woodstock Chamber. This is a free to attend virtual series. We are trying to put something out monthly where we can share some insights from our members where the goal is you're going to learn a little something today. You're going to walk away with a little extra knowledge as well as some awareness of the business that is presenting the call and how maybe they might be able to help assist you and your needs. So for this is our Master Your Money Habits That Build Business Confidence. And please join me in welcoming Linda Barney of Barney Financial Group. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Mike. Are we ready? Can I share my
You can
screen
share your
now?
screen now. Thank you.
Am I ready to go? Because I feel like yeah, that's it. We're just I'm gonna get right into it.
Yeah, you can hop right into it.
Okay. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Can you see my full screen?
I sure can.
Okay. Well, now you're in the way of my notes. There we go. Okay. Master your money, habits that build business confidence. And let me just make sure all my buttons are working. All right. My name is Linda Barney, and I'm with Barney Financial Group. We are local people supporting local companies, and we make the day-to-day financial operations of your business easy. I hold honors degrees in accounting, computers, business administration, and I am a CPP. A fun fact, when I was at school in my spare time, I liked to hand code websites with HTML. What is a CPB? A CPB is a certified professional bookkeeper, and we are held to certain standards. These standards govern bookkeeping practices, demanding accurate financial reporting, adherence to regulations, and protecting client data, ensuring that CPB members uphold national benchmark of professionalism. I started my accounting career in the automotive industry, spending part of my week on the computer and the rest under the hood as an apprentice mechanic. After many years, I decided I had ruined enough manicures and it was time to leave the garage. I found my dream job working at a local accounting firm. I ran a team of bookkeepers and managed many corporate entities all across Canada in the fast food industry. It was my job at the firm to manage audits. I defended our clients from the CRA by providing the key paperwork to stop auditors from asking more questions. Every business has the same essential needs, a good system to manage paperwork. In the past, we used to receive paperwork through what we kindly referred to as snail mail. Even if the client sent it out right away, it could take 3 weeks before we received paperwork all the way from British Columbia. Businesses can't make informed decisions without solid reports. Delayed paperwork leads to delayed decisions, or worse, decisions made on assumptions. I knew there had to be a faster, better way to get the information from clients. And that is when I discovered a whole new world, cloud accounting. I knew this was the answer. Now my team works 100% in the cloud, which allows us to not only manage clients' books, but provides transparency and the ability to work collaboratively with clients. Let's talk about paperwork. How do you manage things that come from all directions, the tiny receipts at the checkout to information piling up in your email? It can easily become overwhelming. Well, we have a solution for that. There are many systems and apps out there, but the one we use is called HubDoc. And we use this for several reasons. It is cost effective at only $15 a month, and it's free if you use the Zero accounting program. You can export all your data, and it is easy to look at after in nice, neat folders. HubDoc is a simple app. You can take pictures with your phone, send email, upload directly from your computer. HubDoc will extract the data, and you can easily make an entry into your accounting system right from within the app. Always check your data first. It works with both QuickBooks Online and Xero. You can automate collections of documents further by adding rules to your email. Email rules like auto forward based on certain words can help you stay better organized. There are other apps available like HubDoc. If you are already using something, it is important to check the following. If once you stop paying for the service, can you still access the information? Are you able to export the documents or take your data with you when you leave? Are the details easy to read or search after it is exported? Keep in mind you need to store this data for at least 7 years, sometimes even longer. Now we have the paperwork sorted out. We can move on to the next step. What is accounting? Sorry about that. Get my little mouse off there. Let's look at what accounting is. Accounting is the accurate and reliable tracking of information that can be verified. The important thing is that all accounting data must be verified by some sort of document. It always comes back to the paperwork. And why accounting matters. Informed decisions. You need the solid numbers so you can make informed decisions about everything from pricing products to expanding operations. Performance measurement. You need to be able to track and evaluate performance over time. This helps you identify trends and assess whether the strategies you have put in place are working. Proper accounting helps avoid penalties and legal issues. Businesses are required to maintain accurate records for tax purposes and to comply with various government regulations like HST. They must use generally accepted accounting principles or international financial reporting standards. Cash flow. Accounting helps your business monitor the flow of money in and out of your company. This is vital for meeting obligations like payroll, paying suppliers, and preventing shortages. Securing funding. Financial records are crucial for attracting investors and securing loans. Lenders rely on this information to assess businesses' financial health and the level of risk. A problem we find when businesses have trouble getting funding has to do with, oh, geez. Give me a second. For some reason, my mouse is misbehaving. There it is. Sorry. Lenders rely on this information to assess business financial health and a problem we find when business owners have trouble getting funding is that owners don't realize that expensing everything is not always best. Banks look for assets in your business to use as collateral. So a key thing is to remember that you can capitalize your expenses. Okay, budgeting. By analyzing past trends, you can create realistic budgets and make informed forecasts, which are essential for future growth and setting achievable goals. Risk management. You need internal controls to help safeguard your business. Regular accounting helps detect errors and prevent fraudulent activities. You would be shocked at the amount of errors we find that happen at the bank. You have a 90-day window to bring any errors to the bank's attention. The bank must do an internal investigation before refunding any errors. And I have lots of stories, and I'm going to share one with you. We worked with a client up north many years ago who was depositing cash through the bank machine and the deposits would always come up short. This problem had gone on for months. The bank was denying responsibility and the manager was at a loss. $100 here and there is a lot of money to a business owner. They made a video of counting the cash at the store, walking to the bank machine and depositing in the machine. And wouldn't you know, that deposit came up short. We told them to make sure that all deposits moving forward were done at the teller and that the teller counted the money in front of them and that they agreed with the count. I sent the video up the chain at the bank and an investigation was finally launched. The thief was the person counting the ATM night deposits. After much time had passed, the funds were reimbursed by the bank. This story is to remind you that without proper systems, anyone can fall victim to fraud. A business, any business, even a bank, is only as good as their people. Now you know why accounting matters. We can review what you should do. Rule number 1, keep your personal transactions out of your business. This keeps your records clean. This gives you clarity to help you understand your business operations. Also, if CIA was to do an audit of your business, these records are your defense against extra charges. Auditors ask for things to prove your activities are related to business. They can ask to see your bank statements, and sharing any extra information just leads to more questions. When auditors ask more questions, it's just going to cost you money. That's why it is an important habit to use a separate bank account and credit card just for your business. Now, don't get hung up on it having to be an actual business credit card. You can designate a credit card for business transactions only. This also means when you misplace a receipt, you know it was definitely for business. Keeping records clean also means when you shop for your business, only business items should be on that receipt. Our advice, check out twice. Don't circle things on the receipt, say this is for business, this is for personal. An auditor is just going to toss that receipt. No one wants to do that math, not even you. A common question we get asked is, what if I need money out of my business? You simply do a bulk transfer to a personal account. Let's dig into the banking a bit further. Your most valuable business records, the bank statement. Bank and credit card statements are what the bank provides at the end of a period. They will have a beginning date and an ending date and show the beginning and ending balance. If you do not have access to these in your bank portal, you may be receiving them by mail. It is important to save these documents in your own files. Don't forget cloud backup. Some banks only keep records for 90 days, and if you ever change banks, you will lose access to any of this information. Good habits means saving these statements once a month. The most important task in bookkeeping, the reconciliation. This is a great way to make sure that your transactions are all correct. Your accounting records and additional source of information, in this case, the bank statement, the accounting file, the bank statement and the accounting file. There are many softwares available. How you do your accounting is up to you. The important thing to make sure is your bank matches your accounting records. And we're going to follow through and show you how to do that. So the bank feed and the bank reconciliation. These are two separate items. This is an important distinction. The software out there can be confusing, and you may think you have actually reconciled your bank when you actually haven't. The bank feed is a direct automated connection between your bank account and your accounting software that pulls in the transaction data. It is a tool that can assist in categorizing regular transaction. It is not a replacement for bookkeeping or reconciliation. The bank reconciliation is the critical process of comparing transactions with your internal records to ensure accuracy, identify errors, and confirm your books match the bank's statements. Essentially, the bank feed brings the data in, and the bank reconciliation verifies the data is correct and complete. Bank automation. We often see people that have started their accounting file and have hooked up their bank. This can be deceiving and makes things look easy, as some accounting programs make suggestions about where to categorize things. However, just like an employee, the programming, or AI, which is what is deciding these categories, needs training and a good solid system in place before it can make informed decisions. Otherwise, the information is useless. In an ideal world, the bank directly brings each transaction into your bank's accounting software, and it matches perfectly, and your reconciliation balances. The problem is that we often see duplicate and skip transactions. When we see this, in our office, we blame the gremlins. Give me a second here. The reality is the internet is only as good as the connections. Glitches, live software upgrades, server crashes, these are all things that may affect the connection, and this is why the bank reconciliation is crucial. As mentioned earlier, the bank reconciliation is the critical process of comparing the bank transactions with your internal records. In all, excuse me, in all accounting software, you will find a reconciliation page or module. These are a couple of examples of what the page might look like in your cloud accounting software. You can see that these pages or modules are both asking for two distinct things: the period dates and balances. Here you can see the bank information transferred to the reconciled page. The statement is October 1st to October 31st. Those are the start and end dates of your reconciliation period. Then we enter our beginning and ending balances. Note our accounting reconciled page at the bottom. We have a difference. The difference shows that our accounts are not balanced. At this moment, this is okay because we have not matched our transactions yet. We will do that in the next step. On the left, you see from our sample bank statement. On the right, the transactions from our accounting file. The next step is to match each transaction from the bank to the accounting records and check it off in the reconciliation. Before checking the item, confirm the details, dates, and amounts are correct. Any errors to categories, dates, amounts will cause reporting issues. If you have entered all your transactions correctly, you should not have any difference. Note our new difference is $0. You'll also want to make sure there are no extra transactions in the banking records. Any errors or additional transactions can cause you trouble later. Make note that only transactions that remain unchecked are the ones you expect to happen in the future. There is one more step. The final step. Once you have completed your reconciliation, you must run a balance sheet that ends on the same day as your reconciliation period. The bank account showing on your balance sheet should match your bank statement. The only time it will not is if you have future transactions that you would have noted previously. Those future transactions will add up to the difference. An example of a future transaction might be you issued a check or an e-transfer to someone and they have not yet deposited it. Let's take a deeper look at how the reports work. Every accounting system is built on the double entry system. For every transaction, there is two equal and opposite amounts. One side is a credit and one side is a debit. There are 5 main categories: assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses. Every entry must be in at least 2 of these categories and completely balanced. That is what the term balanced books refers to. The reports in your accounting system have a math equation in the back end to provide you with the proper information from those debits and credits. The information provided is based on how your transactions are categorized. This report will show the balance of an account based on the ending date. The balance sheet report shows assets are equal to liabilities plus equity. Assets are things you own: cash in the bank, inventory, equipment, and accounts receivable. Liability are things you owe: credit cards, loans, taxes, and accounts payable. Equity. Equity represents the value of your business over time. Your equity should increase if your business is doing well. The income statement, the report you are probably more familiar with. The income statement, also known as the profit and loss report. This report shows the activity during a period and must have a start and end date. We use this report to compare activity month to month or year to year. The math equation for this report is revenue minus expenses is your net loss or net profit or net income. Revenue. Revenue is the money coming into your business from your sales of service, merchandise, interest, or subscription fees. Essentially, all the money paid to you. Expenses. Cost of supplies, employees' expenses, advertising, administration, communication, rent. The items you expense to your business are unique to your business. For example, if you are baking cakes, your expenses would be very different from someone who is fixing cars. Net income profit / profit. The actual profit of the business. This is the amount your taxes are calculated on, your income taxes. This is the number you should use to base your decisions on. When each entry is based on 2 categories, you can see how putting something in the wrong category can mess with the numbers. It's important to have a good setup before trying to do your own bookkeeping. Making decisions on your bank balance is how businesses fail. The number you need to use is your income or profit, your net income or profit. That is the true representation of how your business is doing. Are you stressed? Do you think you may have missed something? Business owners often worry about tax deadlines when they don't have the right support. If any of these things are keeping you up at night, it might be time to talk to a professional. If you are feeling any of these things, you are not alone. Many business owners feel this stress, and we are here to help. Barney Financial Group works to support their clients where they are. Just getting started, we can help you get on track with our DIY support. We offer system setup, assistance with reconciliations, and help keep you on track. Need a full financial team? We got you covered. Our team can provide full cycle bookkeeping, payroll, and bill payment services. Perhaps it is something in between where you can still handle certain parts but need help with others. Every business is unique, and that is why our service is customized to your business. We provide clients the support and services to keep them on track and on budget. We provide tech services to assist with integration of sales and service software. Our service includes accounting setup, diagnostic services, integration, GST filing, month-end financial reporting, bill payment services, tax preparation services, business plans, consulting, and operation efficiency. Thank you for your time today, and we hope you are able to keep in touch. Do you have any questions?
Thanks so much, Linda. That's wonderful. So to open it up, if anyone has any questions for Linda, please feel free to add it into the chat, or you can turn on your microphone and go ahead and ask whenever you're ready. In the meantime, you can also raise your hand if you want your digital hand. I have a quick question for you, Linda. I'm wondering, so if you know, with us here at the chamber, we deal with many members that have many different needs and stuff like that. And if I've had somebody come up and they've started using QuickBooks and they're not super confident with it, do you help coach folks how to utilize programs like that? Is that a service that you can offer, or?
Yes, so we would sit down and make sure that they had a good setup first before we coach them on how to do it, and then we can provide some video training and extra personal training depending on what they need. We would figure out what their needs are first. It may be that they have a good system in place and they just need a little help, and that's how we kind of manage it.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead. I feel like Janice has a question there. Hi,
Yes, and I
Janice.
can't find the little hand button. I apologize.
That's okay. Good morning.
So we're in the process of growing, and the organization that I've created will soon have charitable status, as well as a not-for-profit status, and then a for-profit arm. Thank you. And I'm I don't know how else to say it, terrified that I'm not going to put the ducks in the proper rows. I went to college for accounting a long, long time ago, but organizing 3 separate business structures in one building, soon hopefully a satellite office, which would be, in my mind, a 4th arm. The accountant I have is lovely, but doesn't specialize in charity. And I think I need somebody to kind of organize things for me, but I want to be the one to, until I get big enough, I need to be the one to put expenses in the right column, but I need somebody to tell me which column which expense goes in, what makes the most sense. The not-for-profit pays the least, but maybe the for-profit sublets. I don't know how to organize all of those ducks in their rows. So I'm looking for guidance. Is that something that you would?
Yes, it is something that we would do. And
that's amazing.
You definitely need a separate system for, like, you need a separate accounting setup for each of those.
Separate, like I have QuickBooks, but then have separate logins?
No, you can't run it. If you're running a nonprofit, you have to have all those corporations need to be separate. They need to be separate entities.
Right. But they're sharing the same space. So one's going to pay rent to the other?
It doesn't matter. They still need different files. We can talk about it more.
I would love to talk about it more. It's one of the most stressful parts. I haven't met the right person that knows all arms of business to know how to organize that with me and for me. It's a very different monster that I know it's coming. So I got confirmation from the government beginning of December for charitable status, but haven't gotten that seal yet. So I kind of want to organize it before I get there.
Well, congratulations on that. That is a great achievement.
Thank
It's
you.
not an easy thing to manage,
I think
like
it
to
took
get.
me all last year. It was the whole year to get through that process. And I got audited last year, which was also fun at the same time, but very good to have that done. And then everybody, the government knows that my accounting is good where it's at. I just want to make sure that I don't mess it up in the future.
We can help you get those systems in place.
Awesome. Thank you so
Well, and I'm going to chime in here too. Congratulations, Janice. That's some incredible growth, and
much.
to know about your cause is very much needed for the community. So congratulations on these milestones. But yes, very much intimidating, right? Like, there's not often do we hear about the complexities. We hear about how complex for profit is. We hear about how complex not for profit is. But to kind of streamline, the different areas altogether certainly requires because you're also the expert in what you do and accounting on its own is this whole thing. So yeah, so for Janice or folks out there that might need perspective like Janice, yeah, certainly you can reach out to Linda and her team and they can at least get on the same page and find out what your needs are and assist from there. But that's very exciting, Janice. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm glad that you offered this today because we are trying to find the right connections for the growth that's coming. So I really appreciate being invited to this. Thank you.
Of
Well, thank
course.
you for coming.
Yeah. We have from Eli in the chat here, Linda. We have a question.
Mhm.
Eli says, "Hello, thank you very much for the information. I have one question: is it possible for the client to enter transactions in QuickBooks while the Barney Financial team reviews them to make sure everything is correct? If not, please let me know what I am missing."
So that would be part of like we work collaboratively, it's such a weird word, collaboratively with clients so that they can work in their system and then we could do like we do some clients have a service where we just do the reconciliations and the HST for them and they do all the other work and we kind of review and make sure that they're on track and we give them some notes if they're missing some things. So we we encourage those kinds of clients to reach out to us because this is what we do. We're experts in this and getting into trouble with this is very frustrating because the CRA writes things on their website in two ways for a reason. It keeps them covered legally, right? So there's a reason that it's hard to interpret their website. I hope
um,
that answered the
Yeah, hopefully that
question.
answered your question, Eli. If not, let us know if you need anything. Oh, second, a follow-up. Also, this is still Eli. Also, my accountant is quite behind on the bookkeeping and isn't able to show me how to do it myself. I don't want to mess up the system. So can you also help bring everything up to date?
So this is the thing, CPAs are generally focused on the bigger picture and the tax return. And it is up to the business owner to make sure their bookkeeping is done properly. So the thing that often happens is when you take all your books to your accountant to get it done, especially at tax time, they don't have the staff to cover you, or the staff is working overtime to get everybody's taxes done. So you want to make sure that you have your bookkeeping done regularly and manage to keep it up on your own. We can help get the catch up done. It's best to work on a month to month basis so that you're not getting behind ahead like at first. Because when you want to give your accountant those books in a completed format where you know that the bank is reconciled, because it's really important to be making the decisions for your business on that bottom line of your profit or your income statement rather than making your decisions based on the money in the bank, because generally there's taxes involved and things like that that you need to pay out that you're not accounting for. So we can help with that. I just would like to make sure that you come see me first. before you get there, and we have a quick decision and get you on track.
Right. Um, so Janice is just asking about bookkeeping services, of which Barney Financial Group does offer that. So
Yes.
if you do want to continue the conversation in that regard, reach out to Linda with her information here. Eli says yes, thank you for your response, and that they'll come see you. They'll come see you later, Linda. So I have a question too. So we here at the chamber, we work with many walks of life when it comes to businesses. We have businesses that have been in the community for 150 years. We have businesses that are budding, brand new. They're eager and excited to get started with, what they're passionate about. And maybe bookkeeping isn't that, but it is the necessary pairing of what it is they want to do to help drive their passion forward. And I know often businesses can get uh, started and then, dare I say, dragged down by the financial side of things because they're maybe not prepared for that. Have you seen any common trends for new businesses and maybe some hurdles that have hit them a little down the line after they get things started?
So new businesses that are successful start with their get their books on track first, right? That's their investment, is to know that they have a good system to start with. I find that a lot of businesses get behind on stuff. Some of the things that we talked about today about making sure you keep your bank statements and things like that and keeping your money separate are the things that we see a lot of people do. It happens. People need the money out of their business because it's their sole support, and they put their personal transactions in there. And these are some of the things like that you really need to make sure you're keeping separate, right? Make sure you're holding on to those bank statements. Make sure you're recording your transactions. There's lots of software out there that offers like free ways to do invoicing and things like that. These are things that you need to make sure you have in place. So you should sit down and have a conversation with someone, even if you are not ready to hire somebody to do this for you. You want to make sure that you're set up and ready to go on the right foot. Did that answer your question?
It certainly answered mine. And I just think, yeah, just to kind of highlight that, I think, yeah, maybe it's the more daunting task when it comes to starting a business for some. And so it's easy to say, I'll do it later. And later eventually comes, and you want to be prepared for that later. So instead of later, make it now, get ahead of it, and then lean into the passion of what it is and why it is you're doing what you're doing to make sure you can continue to do that in a safe way.
Well,
Um,
and that's why we want to have like an app to collect your receipts and save your documents, right? These are just things that you need to do. You need to look after every time you go to the store and you buy something for your business. That's an expense, right? And you want to make sure that you're keeping track of all those things.
we have something said here in the chat. One of the users says, "I have a friend now helping me with my QuickBooks because this is my first year with my business really up and going. Even though I have had the name for many years, I haven't done much with it, but here and there with family and friends. I'm sure my bank and books are a complete mess until she helps me and goes over everything to get me organized. I'm sure my reconciliation is going to be a huge mess, and I went back and forth with personal and business. For the first year, for businesses is for the CRA. Hold on, I got to read that again. I'm sorry. For the first year for businesses, is the CRA pretty understanding if things are a mess? Like they won't audit me, I mean, is what they're asking. I think you always have to
So,
be prepared for an audit just in case.
so the CRA, in general, it depends on the auditor. And it's like any person, like who the auditor is whether they're understanding or not. If you get an auditor who didn't have coffee that morning, good luck. But that's how it goes with pretty much anybody in any business. So the thing is, with the CRA and audits, it's all about what the expectation is. If they feel that you owe a lot of taxes and they're going to get a lot of money out of you, they're going to spend time on it. They have to justify their time on the file. So if you don't really owe taxes, they're not going to chase you down too hard. It's the amount of money that their expectation is that you owe, and it doesn't matter whether you have it or not. So if they expect you owe a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're going to take you to court. They don't care whether your books are a mess or not. But if the expectation is that you only owe $100 by the time they're done, they're not, they have to justify the time they spent on it.
Right. So, in hopes of your business growing, this is one of those things that it's easy for it to continue to feel disjointed and get further apart. So to spend the time as early as you can to get those affairs in order and be audit ready as best as you can, it's going to help you down the line as your business continues to grow. So, and I think this is one of the great things about, being who we are and why we're passionate about. We often have people around us that are passionate about supporting us. So often we do utilize friends and family to help us in those early stages in forming our businesses, whether they've got experience or just a real passion for supporting you, I think is really, a wonderful thing that can be embraced. However, I would say my awareness for this is make sure that the good intentions are matched with some consistency and follow through and transparency. And I've started this, and maybe I'm not prepared as much as I thought, and because you don't want to be blindsided by somebody's goodwill, I would say. So make sure you have that transparent conversation with whoever it is that's helping you, so that you're not caught later on. And if you're left with something where you're not sure how to navigate it, we have folks around. You can always come see me at the chamber and I can maybe refer you to some folks. Linda here has a successful business of helping people through such things. So there's people in the community that can also assist you as well too. The follow-up from this person says, okay, good. Haven't made much this year and just got an HST number in October. So thank you so much for all this information. So good luck to you, Zoom user. We hope that you have some great success ahead of you. Let us know if you have any questions. Richard here has his hand up. Hi, Richard.
Yes, I think this is a good time to mention this. When you're dealing with all the governments and any government and everyone else, keep this in mind. If it isn't documented, you didn't do it. And I find that all the time when dealing with others. You have to keep notations and notes and records of everything that you do. And everything you don't do is just as important.
Right. So making sure that you're transparent with yourself, even. Like, just because I know I did something, if it's not on paper or tracked or shared with my bookkeeper, then the next week it's as if it never happened, because there's no way to actually say when and where that took place or didn't take place. Yeah, I think, Richard, to your point, stay consistent. And always look for opportunities to strengthen, because inevitably, as you do, you might not do something that you're meant to do in your growth and your learning. So it's all well and good to maybe not have everything you need, but you need to learn from that. That's the lesson right there. Okay, I didn't do it this time, but I need to make sure I do it next time. Make that part of your practices going forward. And if you do have a bookkeeper or somebody that has an eye on things, that you can rely on them to share with you what it is you need to do to make sure that you're consistent in that regard. Okay, any other last questions before we wrap up our call today? So if you do, beyond this call, here's what's next. You're going to be receiving an email from me soon with a recording of this call so you can review it again with Linda's information. If you want to follow up or have a one-on-one conversation, Linda and her team are happy to discuss with you. So I'll be sending all this information to you via email so that you can have easy access to it. If you want to chat here at the Chamber, we're always happy to discuss you and your business goals and how the Chamber can assist you. We have a wonderful network of other organizations and partners that can assist. And know that you have a friend with Barney Financial Group here in the community to help you with your financial goals and your financial needs. Linda, thank you so much for your time. We're very grateful for you sharing your expertise today. So thank you for being a part of this.
Well, thank you for having me. This was I don't know. I enjoyed it. I hope everybody else did. I hope everybody got what they needed.
Oh,
And,
I think you did a really incredible job. Sorry to interrupt, Linda. I think you did an incredible job of kind of laying out the groundwork and even prompting thought. So I think many of us will leave this continuing thinking of this discussion and help expand our brains, in retrospect as well too. So thank you for that.
well, I hope everybody took lovely notes. If you need to book a call to have a chat with me, I believe that Mike's going to send out a link, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Chamber event.
We do, yes. So on that note, that was a perfect segue, Linda. If you're
I'll be
interested,
there for breakfast.
if you're interested in joining us, we host some other coming up events. So we at the Chamber here, we're known for our networking. So please feel free to join us on Tuesday, February the 10th. We're going out to Willow Grove Animal Health and Wellness for our business after 5 p.m., 7 p.m. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's free to attend. It's a great way to meet other business folks, get out there in the community. We are also at the last Thursday of every month. We host what is called our Gather and Grow Breakfast. Registration is closed for this month. However, February registration is open. It's $10 to attend. You get a great breakfast. This is co-hosted by the Woodstock Chamber of Commerce and the Small Business Center. Open to small businesses with 50 or less employees. Come on out, have a good time, get a chance to promote your business and meet some like-minded folks. And next month for our Learn With Us series, we are going to be hosting a call with the Alzheimer's Society of Oxford. And we are going to be talking about how to make community-friendly and workplace-friendly spaces for those struggling with Alzheimer's and dementia. This call is, once again, free to attend. It's going to be 9 a.m. on Tuesday, February the 24th. Free to register, so please check that out. I'll include that in our follow-up email from Linda and I to say thank you for your time. And on that note, we hope you all have a fantastic day ahead. If you're out and about, drive slowly and cautiously. Those roads are something else. If you're stuck in the office like me, get another cup of coffee, get down to the grind, and we hope you have an incredible day ahead. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.